What's going on, guys? One, love out to everybody. We got UFC Fight Night, Rozenstruik versus Gaziev. Predictions breakdown here, guys. Maybe not much breakdowns. I'm gonna kind of fly through this real quick here. We got 11 fights on the card here. Early card, 1:30 p.m. in the Eastern. And back to the Apex. Yeah, before I get started though, guys, hit the thumbs up button, subscribe to this channel, also check out my Patreon account for all my face-off and prop plays. You can also donate to the channel to my PayPal account. Alright, let's get to this real quick here, guys. 11 fights on this card here. We got a couple of changes here. While I go through the card, I will let you know the changes and people that fell off again. Rosa, yeah, I believe he was on the card because I did add him to the list, and they took him off again, so I don't know. Alright, so first fight here, guys, we got, I don't know, so I'm going to mispronounce a couple of these names, man. It is what it is, alright? We got, okay, Luque Radzhabov versus Alan Swalawadi. Alright, so Radzhabov. Let me get my notes here, man. Yeah, man, knock this out. Radzhabov is pretty well rounded dude there, pack power. I believe he could be the more experienced guy here. Actually decent ground game with wrestling and takedown, but he can get hurt on the foot though, and can get he can get hurt somewhere in the late first into the second, but he can recover though. You know, man, he will gas out. So if he pushes too hard in the first to finish him, he could gas out in the second and into the third. So this fight here, I'm not confident in this pick here, guys. His opponent here, Abdul. Abdul is coming from the Contender Series here. What I see from him, he throws a lot of volume, keeps a high pace on you, moving forward here. Looks to counter, but he's hittable, man. He's very hittable actually, and can get knocked out. I believe he'd been knocked out like 3 times. But he throws a lot of volume though. But the thing about this fight, if you cannot hurt Radzhabov, like, you know, literally hit him with a big shot, he will keep coming. The only way that Radzhabov, you know, usually get knocked down is if you catch him with a good shot. You know, and it's unexpected techniques are hard to counter. Those are ones that do damage. So that could also knock him down too. But I just feel like that Abdul doesn't really pack the power. He throws a lot of punches though. But it's just a lot of volume, but, you know, nothing really behind it, and he's hittable. He can get caught, and Radzhabov can counter. You know, his counters are not bad. Abdul also have takedown too in wrestling also, so that's something to look at. I believe BJJ black belt there. I'm gonna go with Radzhabov here for him. I'm gonna say Radzhabov by KO TK in the first round, and this is a 50-50, guys. All right, I'm not confident in this at all. Next fight here, guys, we got Ľudovít Klein versus AJ Cunningham. AJ Cunningham is very short notice here. It's supposed to be Joel Alvarez here. Klein here, man. Klein was a dude that was very good striker, but he would rely a lot on his left head kick, that Mwashigeri, very powerful. And will also look for takedowns, but he will always rely on that head kick, but he would get it. You know, until he got to UFC, then it just wouldn't work as much. So he had to make adjustments. So now he's using the hands a lot more and mixed up with the kick. So he has actually gotten better, balance out the techniques, right? Let me see here. But I mean, Klein is a very experienced guy, man. This guy is like a guy that could potentially be a champion. You know, if he keep going the way how he's going. Had a good win over Adesanya here. Ignacio. Sorry about that. And fighting AJ, but AJ is a short notice coming after Contender Series, and you know what I'm saying, it's all love at the end of the day. You know what I mean? It's like, if you know, on the Contender Series, even though he lost, you know what I mean, but he has a shot now. He lost against Stephen Nguyen, got knocked out the second round. You know, if you put the work in, you know, it's not easy to come in these fights, you know, in these Contender Series and win. You know, it's not easy, man. You're fighting guys who are hungry too, just like you know, and sometimes it just doesn't work out your way, you know, but that doesn't mean that, you know, that he won't get a shot, you know, into the UFC, and he did. So even though it's a short notice against a very, very high level guy in Klein, man, which, I mean, I really don't see Cunningham winning this fight, to be honest, and the reason why, because he puts a lot of pressure on you and a lot of volume, man, but his chin is so high and he's very, very, very hittable. His defense is not good, and he doesn't have the power to even hurt Klein, in my opinion, but he throws a lot of volume, but his defense is just not good, man. His chin is high up. I'm gonna go Klein here for the win. I'm gonna say Klein by KO/TQ in the first round. And like I said, Cunningham, I mean, you never know. Just can't really come to predictions. It's not guaranteed. Anything is possible. But I got Klein by KO/TQ first round, guys. All right. Next fight here, we have give me a second here, guys. We have CLD, my boy Christian Leroy Duncan versus Cláudio Ribeiro. CLD is back. CLD is back. Very interesting matchup here, and with CLD here, man, decent movement and orthodox techniques, which is stance. He would look to clinch up against the cage, kind of peppy with shots there. He lost his fight against Armin Petrosyan. Yeah, I don't know. With CLD, I mean, he's my boy and everything, but he fights good at range, man, and he pick his shots here and there, but he's gonna have a 2-inch reach against Cláudio here. But the thing about CLD, this is gonna be the apex cage, smaller cage, man, and yeah, CLD is good and he has potential, but I feel like he's lacking a jab. He's lacking boxing fundamentals. He's good on switching stance and touching you up, and coming in, but the thing is that he's lacking certain abilities and as far as the boxing is concerned, and certain defense. So he is hittable, and also it looks like he will quit under pressure. Like if he's not winning, he tends to slow down. It doesn't look good. He can lose a fight. That's what happened to him against Armin Petrosyan, right? A guy like Ribeiro, Ribeiro is raw. He's just a raw guy, heavy leg kicks, everything he throws 100%, pat power. He will gas out, but it depends on who he's fighting. If he's running about, guys with heavy hitting shots, like a guy like CLD does pat power, and he can catch you with the knees and everything like that, and can touch you up. But the thing is that Ribeiro hits very hard. He's a very heavy hitter guy, man, and he usually gasses out in the first round, but he can go past the first round though. A guy like Roman Kapilov is very, very clean striker. This is a guy that he leads with the jab, set up off the jab, heavy head kicks, heavy heavy spinning back kicks, heavy mwashigeris. His techniques are very crisp. A guy like Ribeiro is a big 185er. Height and your weight being big, can play a factor, but if the guy is skilled, that you're fighting, it doesn't really matter too much. But he fights in spurts and very explosive, man. Solid power, very accurate, and he's accurate. That's the thing. When he throws his punches, it's not like he's missing. It's not like he's swinging and missing. He's connecting. And with this fight here, man, I just feel like a guy like Ribeiro here got the dog in him. He got the dog. His last fight against Kapilov, that's understandable. He's fighting a freaking good sambo striker, man, with ground and everything. Compare Chris Duncan to Kapilov. It's just power difference. Kapilov heavy hitter, more accurate. Even with his kicks, Kapilov kicks, his technique is sharper than Chris Duncan. Duncan does a lot of movement, and he touches you up, but it's not. Some of the stuff is not set up properly. You understand? And like I said, I'm not disrespecting or anything like that. It's just not set up properly. And then he doesn't utilize a jab or the boxing. So once Ribeiro start to hit him up, and he's hitting Ribeiro, and Ribeiro is not getting hurt, and he's like on his back foot in an apex UFC cage, then what is he going to do? Exactly. Is he going to shell up? Is he going to give up? This is what I'm talking about. A guy like Ribeiro has a dog in him, and I feel like CLD is not going to be able to hurt Ribeiro like that, because he doesn't. His technique is not as sharp like how Kapilov technique is. You know what I mean? So he will do flying knees and all these things, but a lot of the things he's throwing are missing, like the spinning heel kick. You know, a lot of stuff he's doing is unnecessary and it's burning energy. With Ribeiro, he throws to finish you. Even if it's one big shot, it's connecting. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna go with Ribeiro here, guys. I'm gonna say Cláudio Ribeiro by KO TKO in the second round. I'm not confident in this. You know, I don't know. I just don't know how CLD will win this fight. Smaller cage. He does a lot of movement. The movement is good. Movement set up a technique, but then he's not really setting up to like a Stephen Thompson, like a Venom Page, or a Kapilov. You know what I mean? He will land his flying knees and stuff like that, but I don't know, dude. It's just I just don't see it. So I'm going with Cláudio Ribeiro here, KO TKO in the second round, guys. I'm not confident. Next fighter, we got Javid Basharat versus Amin Zahabi. Basharat here is a very good prospect here, man. Experienced guy, skill everywhere. I don't really see no holes. Good fight IQ. That's one thing about this guy. His fight IQ is very good. So good fight IQ, everything will flow into place. He doesn't make too many mistakes, right? A guy like Zahabi, good fighter too, smart fight IQ, skill, but I feel, you know, that Basharat, you know, would probably be too much for him at this moment. You know, I feel that Basharat, you know, has a little bit more, just a little bit more. So I'm gonna go with Basharat here. I'm gonna say Basharat by decision, and I'm gonna say 60-40 for this fight. All right, that's 60 for Basharat. All right. Next fight here, guys. We got Vinícius Oliveira versus Bernardo Sopaj. Sopaj here is a short notice. It was supposed to be Bernardo. It was supposed to be Yanis. But I see from Oliveira here is very explosive, man. This guy is very, very wild, very raw. Wasn't a contender series here, man. He's raw, man. Like everything he throws is 100% all the time. He will look to take you down too once he gets tired, and he will gas out quick. But he seems to recover well. But he will knock you out though, man. He likes to counter with that straight. He counter strikes a lot, but he swings wild though, man. Yeah, like I said, he can get hurt, can get knocked out. He's kind of reckless in there, man. And that's what I noticed. He's very reckless, but he gets the knockout though. His opponent here, Bernardo. This kid here doesn't look actually bad, man. You know, you watch some of his early fights. He was making a lot of mistakes in his early fights, like this split decision loss here, making a lot of mistakes. So he was a lot more hittable. But as you know, moments go by, you know, 2022, 23, he made some changes. He's pretty decent, man. His in and out movements, his jab, he set up off the jab. His good techniques, switches stance. One hitter quitter, he counter strikes. But he can get caught by shots though. But I see that more in his earlier fights though. He would like kick with his hands down, get countered. That was his fight against Francisco. You know, he lost by split decision there. But I feel like he's more. I feel Bernardo is more the tighter striker, more composed, more accurate. You know, so I don't know, man. If Oliveira catches him though, I mean that could be it. You know what I mean? And yeah, he's just getting a short notice here, coming straight into UFC. You know. So, but I just like Bernardo. I feel Bernardo's a better fighter in my opinion. So I'm gonna go with Bernardo here, guys. I'm just gonna go with this kid here. I'm gonna say Bernardo by decision, but it's 50-50 because Oliveira is very, very wild, man. And you know, if he swings wild like that, I believe Bernardo should be able to can counter that, because I feel Bernardo is just, I feel he's a better striker on the foot, but the power would go to Oliveira. But I'm going to go with Bernardo. You know, if Oliveira catches him, then could be lights out or it could not be. That's why I got decision. All right, Bernardo by decision. Next fighter, guys, we got Eryk Anders versus Jamie Pickett. My boy, your boy, Eryk Anders. Your boy. Pretty well-rounded guy here. You can say prospect in a kind of way. When he's on, dude. And beats pretty much anyone and everyone when he's on. Wrestling is good, heavy-handed, good cardio. His fight here against Kyle Dacus, man, he was in good shape in that fight. He looked amazing in that fight. Jamie Pickett here, though, man. I mean, Jamie Pickett here, man, got another 5-inch reach, man. I mean, I always say this, man. This guy's very skilled and athletic. And, you know, he's just a mental thing, and he always loses. Every time I say that. You know, I mean, he's in a 4-fight losing streak. You know, it is what it is. It's not easy to come in here and perform in front of a bunch of people in a cage. And sometimes there's nobody there watching, you know, but still, you're fighting against somebody that's trying to take your head off. They're trying to knock you out, possibly even kill you. So, brain damage, you know, type of kind of damage. So, mental thing for Pickett here, man. I can't train mental. Can train the techniques and drill cardio and get your heart rate up and you know, put on a little muscle, perfect the techniques and execute them a little properly or differently, depending on the angle and the movement of the, you know, your footwork and everything. And you know, smart IQ, fight IQ can't really teach that either. That's more mental too. So I mean, mental can't teach. So I like Eryk Anders here. I'm gonna say Eryk Anders by KO TKO in the second round, man. All right. I still say 50-50, man. I ain't gonna sleep on Pickett. You never know, man. 5-inch reach, you never know. Anything is possible. But KO TKO second round, 50-50. Next fighter, we got Machinal versus Steve Erceg. Machinal. He's actually a heavy hitter, man. We'll look for submissions, though. But he can't take a hit, though. You know, you can say chinny. You can say his jaw, his chin is gone, whatever. You know, you get hit in the head like that, which you're not supposed to. Eventually, you know what I mean, that computer, that motherboard gonna go down. It's gonna malfunction, you know what I'm saying? You keep getting hit, you're gonna go out. And the more you get hit, the more likely you get touched again, you're gonna go out. You've been knocked out 4 times, you know, and a guy like Machinal, poor fight IQ. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. You know, a guy like Steve Erceg, he has a smart fight IQ. This is a smart fighter, man. That shows it in his last fight here against Alessandro Costa. You know, I mean, he was going toe-to-toe with Costa for a little bit, and he noticed that the power from Costa was too much. So this guy in the third round came in there and changed up the whole game. He was going more for straight wrestling, pin him against the cage and pull off a decision. You know, he just controlled him against the cage and took away some of that power, pepper him up a little bit, push off, came back, and did the same thing and repeat. Smart guy, man. He didn't go back and go toe-to-toe because he probably would have got knocked out. It's a possibility. He can get caught by counter strikes, though. His chin is sometimes up. Doesn't move his head as well off center line. Slow starter. But this guy's it's a pretty good fighter, man. You know, he can adjust and make changes in the fight, which is based on his IQ. Can Machinal catch this guy and knock him out? It's a possibility. So this fight here, I can't sleep on Machinal. The only reason why I'm not picking Machinal is just the fight IQ, man, and he can't take a hit. So I'm going with Steve here. I'm going to say Steve by decision, but it's a 50-50. And I wouldn't sleep on Chanel, because Chanel has experience. All right, Chanel is kind of like I want to say like he's like a prospect. Not a prospect, man, sorry, a veteran. Mixing it up, guys. And not really. Yeah, he wasn't the ultimate fighter finally. Yeah, kind of in a sense. Yeah, but I'm going to go with Steve here, man. But Matt could win, so be careful. You know, just what I said there, Steve sometimes chin is up. Next fight, we've got Umar Nurmagomedov versus Belzat Akmakhan. Okay. This is a good fight here, man. This Belzat guy here is pretty good. Pretty skilled guy, man. But Umar is, I believe that's Khabib's cousin. This guy's a great prospect here. 16-0, very skilled guy, man. High level striking, high level ground. Uses his kicks like his arms. Kind of have like a taekwondo kind of base on him. His legs go like just from any angle, and non-telegraph. Uses his legs like a jab. This guy's pretty good, man, and he has a wrestling too, but doesn't really use it much. What he did to Ronnie Barcelos, that's pretty impressive, man. And we saw how Ronnie Barcelos looked in his last fight. Exactly, pulling off a submission of a Christian Cunez. So when you look at Umar here, to see what he's doing to Ronnie Barcelos, you tell this guy is a good prospect. He knocked him out. He didn't even go decision. He caught him with a counter. Actually, no, he set up off of the. What did he throw? He threw a. I want to say he threw a flying knee, and off of the flying knee on the same side of the knee, he just threw. He just connected with the hook as the knee going down. So he threw both techniques off of one side, which you don't see. Which is not a tradition. It's not a honestly, a tradition. It's not a striking that you usually see, like people would train that. It's more, you see that in more kyokushin. It's more of a karate kind of thing that, when you throw technique off of one side. So you throw your front kick, follow up with a straight jab down the middle. Kind of like a Machida or Stephen Thompson kind of vibe. But it's unorthodox. Unorthodox techniques are obviously difficult to counter. And those are the ones that do the damage. Belzat, like I said, he's skilled. He's a very skilled guy. Looks good on the foot, in and out, pat power, but he can get submitted though. Majority of his wins is by knockout, 12 by knockout, but I see some holes in him, even with the striking, can get knocked down in the foot, so I'm going to go to Umar here. He's making his debut though, I believe this is his first fight. The guy is pretty good, his in and out movement, striking is pretty good. He's a pretty good fighter. This is going to be a good fight, but I like Umar though. I'm going to say Umar by submission in the second round. All right, 60-40. 60 Umar. All right. Next fight, we got Alex Perez versus Mokaev. I know I mispronounced that. Mohamed Mokaev. There you go. Alex Perez here, man. Alex Perez, man, he's a guy that he hasn't fought since 2022. It's a guy that was like. It's a good. It was a good prospect. Skilled, but the problem is that he can get submitted, and he usually gets submitted by the same submissions: rear naked choke, guillotine choke, armbar, different chokes. But he just 5 lost by submission. It's over and over again. His last fight was by submission, by rear naked choke. Then it was by guillotine choke. By Devizin Figueiredo back in 2020. He's fighting a guy like Mohamed Mokaev, who is, is pretty good wrestler, pretty good submission artist too. He's a good prospect. His amateur is very good. Amateur is like 22-0. This kid is skilled though, man. Got the 5-inch reach, and he shows it. What he did against Tim Elliott is very experienced. He shows it, man. He goes in there and finishes them. He's not only going to decision, he's finishing his fights. So I have to go with Mohamed here. Alex Perez, he keep dropping the ball, and he can't handle the ground. When it comes to the ground, he keep getting submitted. I'm gonna go with Mohamed Mokaev by submission, first round, guys. All right. Next fight here, guys. We have Vitor Petrino versus Tyson Pedro. Vitor is a very good prospect. There's a lot of good. I know what this card is, man. This card got a lot of good prospects on it, man. Look at this card is stacked with prospects. Vitor, Omar, Steve Erceg, Oliveira could be, but I don't know. I think Bernardo. I don't know, man. Who else is in here? Who else was it I mentioned? Mohamed. A lot of good prospects in this card, man. But a guy like Vitor, though, man. Vitor is, like I said, a good prospect. Very durable cardio. This guy is good everywhere, man. Very athletic, pack power, submission game. He looks like he's a guy that could gas out, but he doesn't. And pack a lot of power, man. And his ground is good as wrestling. And he got the dog in it, man. Tyson Pedro, on the other hand, man, this guy is always a first-round finisher. Made some improvements, though. I'm going to say that. He made some improvements, but he gasses out, though. He gasses out if he can't finish you in that first round. And then he look, to kind of give up, break under pressure, slow down, doesn't look the same. A guy like Vitor, Tyson gonna have to come in here in the first round and finish Vitor. That's pretty much it. If he doesn't knock out Vitor, Tyson will win this fight. Sorry, that's what I mean. If Tyson doesn't knock out Vitor, Vitor will win, and will actually win this fight. That's what I meant to say. So Tyson gonna need a finish. He's gonna need to come in here and finish him, because if the fight go the first, Vitor is gonna just the dog is gonna come out. I don't think Tyson Petrino has a dog. He will give up on the pressure. It is what it is. So I'm liking Vitor Petrino by KO TKO in the second round, guys. All right. Main fight in the card here, we got Jairzinho Rozenstruik versus Shamil Gaziev. And Rozenstruik here, man, heavy-handed guy, pack pole and everything like that. But I mean, he doesn't stop takedowns. It's hard for him to handle the takedowns. Always getting double leg, single leg takedown. Put it against the cage, and he just on his back, and then he gets submitted, or he get ground and pound. So he pack power is wrong. If he catches you, he will knock you out. But it just does the same thing over and over again. Because the problem is that is the caliber of fighting. It's not fighting guys as earlier fights from different organizations that he fought in. You know what I mean? He's not fighting those guys anymore. He's fighting guys that are like very skilled, like JL Almeida, Alexander Volkov, Chris Blades. These guys are skilled. Shamil Gaziev, is he skilled? Hell yeah, he's skilled. This guy's like a heavyweight Habib. He's like a 260-pound Habib, yo. This guy is skilled, and he can take a hit. And he has a wrestling, he has a sambo background. This guy is skilled, man. He's striking, he got the power to him. He beat Martin Bude. He knocked out this guy. And this guy is, this guy is actually durable. But does that, a guy like Shamil, he's very, very skilled. He's very skilled, man. He can take this fight anywhere he wants to. He could stand up with Rozenstruik and probably get a knockout. But I wouldn't advise him to do that, because Rozenstruik, he's a powerful guy, man. He's raw, man. But Shamil is raw power too, with the takedown and the submission games. This guy, it's just one of those fights where this guy is just well-rounded, and he has the skills. You know what I mean? So it's not like he's just a big guy. You know what I mean? So I'm liking Shamil here, man. Rozenstruik just does the same thing over and over again, especially when he meets these guys that are well-rounded. He's very skilled. The only way Shamil loses or if Rozenstruik catch him with a punch and knock him out. So Rozenstruik got a puncher's chance somewhere in the first round. So anything is possible. Two big guys like this. Dealing with big guys like this, man. Anything is possible, dude. Just take one shot. So I'm going to go with Shamil here. I'm going to go with Shamil KO TKO in the first round. Probably ground and pound, guys. Alright? Quick look at the odds here, guys. See what we're working with. Them crazy odds. Crazy odds. Crazy odds. Curtis Blades versus Jonathan Almeida. I thought these guys fought already. I don't know. Okay, where is that? Okay, here we go. Loik Radzhabov. He's underdog. So Abdul is interesting. Abdul is favorite. I'm liking Radzhabov, but it is what it is. Bernardo obviously gonna be underdog. Oliveira, raw dude, take one shot. But I'm gonna give Bernardo a shot here, which is the underdog. Zahabi, underdog. Javid Basharat, yeah, he's high, but I don't disagree. This guy is a very, very, very good fighter. Very good fight IQ too, man. So him being like 900, 1,000, I don't see nothing wrong with that. This kid is very good everywhere, like I said. CLD, wow, man. CLD is like 300 and something. I don't know about that, man. I'm like Ribeiro. Ribeiro's a big underdog, but it is what it is. I mean, could CLD win? Yeah, CLD can win, but I just don't think that the strikes he throws is going to finish Ribeiro. He probably can pin him against the cage, but CLD slows down as the fight go along. And we're talking about a smaller cage here. against a power striker with powerful leg kicks, powerful punches, which is accurate. He's not just throwing and missing. He's connecting. Duncan doesn't have a jab, doesn't have that boxing, doesn't possess that technical boxing like that. May have the flying knees and maybe some elbows, and maybe throw a lot of spin kicks and heel kicks, but don't really have no significant power. It's not like Hapalov striking or Stephen Thompson or MVP. You know what I'm saying? So play at your own risk. I'm liking Ribeiro for that. Cunningham, Klein, 1,000 or something. I don't disagree. Klein is a very, very good fighter, man. I mean, like I said, this guy Klein could possibly one day fight for champion. You know, Cunningham just his defense is not good. Anders 500 and something again. You know, Pickett does the same thing every time. I keep saying, man, this kid is pretty good, athletic. You know, has potential, but mental. Can't teach mental. I don't disagree. Umar, damn, Umar is high as hell, but you know what I see from Bell's Cat, well, Bell's Cat. What I see from Begzat, I mean, he's good, man. You know that guy's pretty good too. But man, Umar is dominant, man. He just shows it. You know what I'm saying? So I don't disagree. But you see how the odds are like this, man. I wouldn't even mess around with these guys. You know, because anything is possible. Yeah, Umar is best, and and Klein is like, or even Javid Basharat is skill. Then all of a sudden, bam, or choked out or something, or slip in the cage and hurt himself, and then the fight's over, or a cut. Anything is possible, so be careful with that. Steve 400 and something. Yeah, I mean, Steve got good fight IQ. I mean, Machinal has puncher's chance here, man. That's probably it. So, puncher's chance, I don't think Steve should be this high, so be careful. Alex Perez, Muhammad 300 or something. Alex Perez is still a skilled guy, man. And Muhammad is a good veteran. I mean, a good prospect. But, yeah, man. Yeah, man, the odds are high in this card, guys. But I can see why the odds are high. But at the same time, you gotta look and see who they're fighting against. A guy like Perez is very experienced, but I think Muhammad should be able to get a win, and that should be. But the odds on him is still kind of high. You know what I mean? I mean, Alex Perez could catch him with a punch and hurt him. It's a possibility. Just like Machinal could catch Steve. So the odds are kind of high though, so be careful. I wouldn't, if you're doing parlays, I wouldn't parlay too much Steve and too much Muhammad in the plays too much, especially when they're fighting these experienced guys. You probably want to do a little bit of plays with a little bit of underdog. With the underdogs, I put some Chanel in a play, put some Perez in there, just in case. Anything is possible. Pedro and Vitor 300 or something. Yeah, I'm liking Vitor here, man. I don't want to see how Tyson Pedro will win this. I mean, puncher's chance maybe, but Vitor shows durability and dog, and it shows that he can take a hit and keep coming forward. Yep. Rozenstruik, underdog, Shamil. Yeah, I see Shamil 190, 200. Really don't see nothing wrong with that, but still a puncher's chance. A lot of these fights are, a lot of the guys have a puncher's chance against these technical guys. But that's what we've seen here. We've seen a lot of guys who are very technical in skill, but the guys that they're fighting have puncher chance. So they match this card up nice. And it seems to be like that with every single fight. For every single fight, the same thing. With Oliveira versus Bernardo, same thing. Oliveira got puncher's chance, just as Bernardo has a puncher's chance too. Almeida has puncher's chance. Ribeiro got puncher chance. Probably more than a puncher's chance. Except for Cunningham. I don't think Cunningham don't really pack that power. Jimmy Pickett may have a puncher's chance. Belzak could have a puncher's chance. Machinal, Alex Perez. I mean, you see what I'm saying though. A lot of the guys have a puncher's chance against these technical guys. But it is what it is though. We see what happened here. And yeah, that's my odd breakdown there, guys. Don't forget to support the channel, hit the thumbs up button, subscribe, and one love out to everybody, man. Alright,